Fredo, what just happened?
There was one point where I checked my Oura ring, my heart rate was at 159.
I'm not even playing. Feels like I am though.
Didn't have to play in those crazy, tough single elimination qualifiers, thankfully.
It unraveled pretty quickly before it even got started. Jesus, the volley gods hate me.
All over it.
Honestly, played our best volleyball I think we've played as a team. Just ran through the thing.
I felt so thankful to win.
It was kind of ironic that it came down to a game to 15, and that was it.
Like seeing all of those people have such a heartbreaking moment.
Hearing what people were making and not making, very surprised to see some athletes not in the league this year.
Tri had a very untimely, unfortunate back injury that kind of put us in a weird spot for league qualifying.
One here for Tri Board and Evan Corey, everybody.
So many emotions in such a short span of, I'm so proud of you. You didn't even get served. I'm proud of you.
Obviously our goal within the last couple weeks was to qualify for the league, and we didn't do it again. I cried a lot. A lot. I don't have any more tears to give for the, you'll probably play it, but I have no more tears to give right now. I'm not happy about it. I'm really defeated. It's actually really nice that we went straight to the challenger in China right away, because we was able to just put our focus somewhere else. To travel that far after the AVP League stuff happened, and then to go perform well and get a lot of points, which set us up, or they're going to set us up well. We may be in the main draw of the Poland Challenger and get into the Shad qualifier, these were things we didn't really think were possible. So things are looking up. I think I'm just going to go have a Euro summer. I think we're going to do Turkey Challenger, maybe the Queen of the Court, Poland Challenger, and then maybe Shot. So I might spend a month in Europe, which I've never done.
When Kame and I qualified and we were walking off the beach, as Molly hadn't, I knew she was happy for me. I knew I could feel it, She really wanted to distance herself and feel like she wasn't in my way, because she knew how sad she was. I think I wanted her to qualify in Huntington way more than she wanted herself to qualify, just because I know how much it could mean to both of us to be able to both be there, and how tough it would be if I was playing in the league and she wasn't, or vice versa, so. Obviously when she did, I was just a huge exhale. I was maybe the most excited guy on the beach. It felt great to just see her in that moment, feeling like she could just let it all go and be happy, and okay, all right, we're gonna be all right.
The mind has just been racing, absolutely. Going through all the scenarios and the whole career flashing before my eyes kind of thing. But going to China after was basically, I'm just seeing that the juice isn't worth the squeeze. But there was a lot on the line just for Evan alone to go out there and continue to build his points up, because he was dropping a big finish. He can now get into the national team support. So it was important for me to go out there for him and finish at least that part of the commitment. So I think I'm gonna go home, go to Hawaii. Every summer I've been grinding, and this year I have some time off. There's nothing worth the work and the time and the effort right now, so I think I'm gonna go home and enjoy and be in my environment and kind of reassess where I'm at and what's worth playing for me.
We knew it was going to be our first competition ever together, and we only had a few practices under our belts, but he's such a easy guy to play with. He's obviously the greatest volleyball player ever, so it's pretty easy to kind of gel with him. And we played some good ball. We won our first match, and then
had a close match against Andy and Miles, and they played well and won the tournament, and they knocked us out, so we were okay with that. It was a very weird situation, I think just overall for everyone. We obviously knew that if we beat them, they would be done. But you know, when it comes to stepping on the court, especially me and Phil, both competitors, we are not taking anything lightly and going out there and giving it our best. And played pretty good, I thought, and yeah, beat Try and knocked them out, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you know, we're competitors and we want to all win.
Playing defense is really fun though, and like I feel like I somehow got better at it without training it. And I don't know if it's because I got to block and then I flipped back, and like I had a little bit of time to go back to blocking with Gina, and so I don't know, it's just an interesting, it's just a different perspective, right? And so to flip back and forth is kind of a cool experience. I just felt like I wasn't ready to be done with this partnership because we developed such a good bond and connection, and by the end of the season last year I felt like we were only just hitting our stride. And so just to like be able to tap back into that, that's kind of what I was looking for. And then as far as Kylie, I want to make a run for 28, and although I think I'm a very, very good blocker, I, proposed this idea of maybe me defending behind her and what that could be like. And I always said I didn't really want to play with a best friend, if you know what I mean. But like from the start, like I had the friendship before playing with them, whereas with Gina, like I wasn't really great friends with her before playing with her, and now she's like one of my closest friends. But when you play with a best friend, there's this dynamic that you really have to figure out and sort through, and there has to have a lot of hard conversations to be had, and just making sure that nothing's taken personally, and that the friendship is still there. And so I think with Kylie, I think we both kind of were like, is this gonna work? Is this not gonna work? But I think it's worked pretty well so far, and I actually think it's like nice that we already do have a solid foundation. But yeah, the idea behind that is to look at the long-term picture and potentially make a run for 28.
Yeah, we have the quote-unquote new Troy, and I think it's a challenge to find yourself out there. And I was telling a buddy about that go to practice and you're working on your game and just how to become the best beach volleyball player that you possibly can be. But then while you're doing that, along with trying to do that, you're also trying to become like the best person and the best version of yourself that it can be. And sometimes those two butt heads and it becomes really difficult. But I think for me, just trying to be the same person that I would be in secret that I am in public, no matter if there's $100,000 on the line or nothing on the line, that my energy and emotions remain the same, and that I don't compromise my character and the person that I want to be. So this new Troy is somebody that I'm happy to watch on film now. I think before there were certain times where I wouldn't even watch film myself because I couldn't stand the little antics that I was doing and all the other stuff. And somebody would look at me and being like, wow, this guy is acting this way and he says this thing, and how does that align with what he believes? And so new Troy is somebody that wants to align that perfectly, and I'm not going to be able to do it perfect. I'm going to fail and I'm going to mess up. But at the end of the day, if somebody could see me play and watch me play and know that in secret and in public that I'm the same and I don't compromise my character, that could make them a little curious about what I believe and why I act the way I do.
I just feel like there's so much freedom in competing in the league, and like being able to play like 7 other teams over a span of like 8 to 10 weeks that are like legit amazing teams, So I think that's what I'm most excited for, is to just like play great competition and like compete in the league. And also it's like this is my first time in the league, so I'm just excited to be like seeing my family and for them to like come support me. Like that means a lot to me too, And I feel like I'm gonna be able to see a lot of people I haven't seen before. And also like playing 1 match in a day is kind of weird in beach volleyball, so it's like I'm also excited for that, to like prepare for 1 game in a day, So yeah, there's a lot, but like I think I'm just so excited to start.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I do think our team is stacked with amazing talent, obviously on paper, but it's so funny. Phil and Trevor are two people that I've always known my entire career, either known of or known personally. Phil I used to look up to when I first started playing the sport, literally the first athlete I got to watch play. And then Trevor was one of the first people I made friends with when I started on the world tour. And so there was no part of my life that I ever thought we would be on the same team for anything. So for all of us to be on this side, I'm so excited to cheer them on. They work so well together. Yeah, yesterday, I mean, they carried us yesterday, which was awesome to feel and see. I saw Trevor holding his tongue because he knew how pissed off I was about losing. So, you know, maybe he's showing a little bit of niceness, being like, okay, we'll let this one slide, Brandy, but I don't think he'll let it slide anymore. I think we need to win, which I love that. There's some heat, there's some pressure coming from both sides, because I'll give it to him if he doesn't do his part. Phil can do whatever he wants, though. It's his last year.
For me, just now kind of focusing on how to build out the rest of my year, how to make it a successful year, how to learn still or how to get better, and that's kind of where the focus is at now. And you know, rather than it's easy to be frustrated at, you know, not having an opportunity to go and do this or that, but at the same time, you know, just figuring out, I think for me the long-term goal is LA in 28. So looking at this year and actually talking with Tri about it, it's like, this isn't the make or break year, you know, like there's no reason to like burn the bridges, burn the ships, do all these bad things like, oh my gosh, like the world's ending. Like we've got time. You know, you learn lessons in 2025 and 2026. You don't do anything towards actually, you know, qualifying for the Olympics. So really just using this time to keep using those lessons, learning those lessons, and be ready whenever that qualification comes around.
I think the last 6 weeks have been pretty awesome, to be honest. I think that there's been a lot of challenge, a lot of growth, a lot of little wins for our teams, but also a lot of learning lessons. So I just think embracing the highs, embracing the lows, and rolling with it and being grateful for all of it. Because without the highs and without the lows, you wouldn't be experiencing either. So grateful for both sides of the spectrum.
They're kind of discouraging us from doing it, given that they want to have more equal opportunity for the people who didn't make the league, which I understand. It is kind of a bummer given that there are so few opportunities to play. Like if I don't play at Contenders and I don't play international, I'm literally playing, I had 2 matches in Huntington. I have 4 weekends of the league, 2 matches to 15, and then the Manhattan Beach Open, and maybe the championships if we make it, which is like I've been training all year for that little of competition. So for me, I get both sides. I would like to play, like Denver is probably one Contenders event that I would like to play just because it's a fun city to go to, it's easy to travel to. They also told us that they'd prefer if we played with someone not ranked in the top 50. So there's some college girls I might have my eye on for that.